Ghost story. When I was 8, this is actually true. I swear to God. I woke up and I felt someone beside me, and like I don't believe in ghosts, but like this one fucking scared me. There was someone beside me, and I thought it was like my little sister or something. And I got up and I saw it was like a boy, and I was like, "What the fuck? I don't have any brothers." And then it like walked towards me and disappeared into a blue light. And then I ran into my parents' room because I was scared shitless, as I would be. And then I woke up in that room, so I knew it was real. And that actually did happen. I guess it was sleep paralysis or some shit, but that really did happen. That fucking scared me for about 10 years.
I remember when I was probably 13 or 14 or something like that, I was with my cousin, and we were upstairs in our room listening to, like, we were playing games, and it was like 12 o'clock at night. And this is my recollection of it. I don't know how reliable this is, but we were like, downstairs we heard people talking. We're like, what the fuck? All three of us heard people talking. What the hell's going on? It was like a group of people talking. We went downstairs and we like, to my recollection, I saw a group of like semi-transparent people playing poker at my kitchen table. I was like, what the fuck? This is exactly how I remember. I know this is definitely didn't happen. Like, I definitely misidentified something. And then I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? And I went down, my cousin saw it too.
Yeah.
Then we told my parents, and they were like, you're fucking lying. And I went downstairs, and there was nobody there.
And then your dad beat your ass.
He beat my ass for calling me a liar, yeah.
But Zach, you told me I was fucking crazy for seeing a spaceship.
No, I didn't say
That's true. That's true.
Here's what I said. I said you saw what you saw, but it was not a space alien. I saw what I saw, but I didn't see ghosts.
You saw ghosts.
I didn't see ghosts, period. Ghosts.
Zach, you told me a funny story once where you said that you were in a mansion and fucking a chair chased you down the stairs.
Oh, yeah, no. It's amazing whenever you recount my stories, they're so far off. I was in a mansion and a chair chased me down the stairs. Here's what really happened. I was at my grandma's house, and this is way after I stopped, believing or being spiritual. I was probably like 16, 17. I went to my grandparents' house, and they're like, oh, we'll be right there, like 5 minutes, just stay in the house. And I went in there, broad daylight, went in their house, sat in the living room. They have a bunch of modern furniture, and I saw, like, one of their rocking chairs started going back and forth slowly. And I was like, what the fuck? I got put back a little bit. I was like, what? I'm completely alone in the house. This rocking chair starts going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then it starts getting really severe. Then I hear a bang, bang, bang. Then I hear footsteps. I shit my pants and run outside. And I waited in the driveway. I was like, well, I'm not going the fuck back in there. I went back in. Nobody was in the house. And that house has a lot of weird stuff that happens in that place. My dad stayed there one time with his girlfriend who was visiting, and they were staying in one of the guest bedrooms, and my dad saw a huge black lump next to his bed, and it rose up, it went around it circled around the bed and sunk down. And my dad tapped his girlfriend on the shoulder and said, what the fuck is that? He pointed at it, and she saw it too. And it was clearly walking around. It was like 3 or 4 feet off the ground, walking around the bed. They freaked out, turned the light on, and disappeared to them. And also, there's one room in that house where whoever sleeps in it, everybody who slept in that room has confirmed, whenever you sleep in that room, you fan it or you dream about killing people, going crazy and killing people that you know. It happened to me. I stayed in that room, and I had a dream that I fucking killed everybody. Very strange. And I'm not superstitious at all, but that rocking chair story, that happened to me, and it scared the fuck out of me. I think that was the last thing that happened where I was like, okay, there could be... Oh, last story. I was with my brother one time, home alone, and we were talking, and I said something kind of anti-religious as a joke. Like, fuck God, he's a faggot, what does he know? And like a minute later, my brother went back in his room, and the fucking cross in the living room, which was nailed up, flipped upside down, perfectly upside down. And I freaked out, dude. I was like, oh my God. It scared the hell out of me.
Hey, do you remember when you stayed in Ireland with me?
Why would God do petty shit like that?
It just scared the fuck out of me. It worked. I mean, I pissed my pants.
Do you remember what happened when you stayed in Ireland with me, Zach?
Yes. Would you like to tell the story? You want to tell the story, Chris?
It was Zach. He stayed in my little flat. Right?
Yes.
Do you remember Zach?
Yes, I was there.
Do you remember?
I was there.
Anyways, he was staying with me in Ireland, and he had his smelly bitch girlfriend staying too. They both stayed in the guest room.
That's me.
They stayed in the guest room, and this is what happened. I go to bed, I wake up, walk into my kitchen, there's ketchup all over the roof, it exploded out of the press, and I was like, Zach, you were a fucking asshole, why did you do this? And Zach came out of bed with his little morning wood, and he's like, what happened here? And I'm like, where did all this come from? There's ketchup all over the roof.
Basically what happened is...
It was all over the walls. It was all over the floor, and it looked like it had exploded.
Do you
from
still have the
inside.
picture, Chris? Do you still have the
I
picture?
still have the picture.
Yeah, okay, there's a picture of that, but I lived in that apartment, and there was a ghost. And
was
Chris doesn't
scary
believe me, but it was a little girl, and she lived in the fucking.
fuck off with your cliche.
No, because dude, I heard her laughing. I know little girl is a cliche, but it doesn't take away from
Why
the
would
fact.
you ever be scared of a little girl ghost?
I didn't write this. This is what
Come
happened.
on, Niall.
It's not something that you write down. It happened to be a little girl.
It's your holy subconscious projecting a little girl to come fuck you and laugh your
No,
jokes and
it's
giggle.
not. I'm not attracted to little girls, but it was a little
Not
girl.
anymore, thanks to the treatment.
No, I'm attracted to little boys, but still, it was in the fucking cupboard, right? Cupboard.
little girl was?
Do you guys say cupboard?
They say
Cabinet.
Cabinet.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it was in a little cabinet, right, under the sink, and that's happened to be where near the ketchup. So that's like
Okay.
a clue. And what you call
She
it?
was
I heard
laughing
her-
inside,
No,
though.
no. One day I heard her giggling one night, and another night, Chris was on his computer, and there was a clock that we never fucking used.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And the
that.
clock was behind the microwave, right?
Yeah.
And then, for some reason, the clock was on the fucking wall that night, and it was working, and it was at the right time. And I was like, oh, weird. Chris must have put the clock on the wall, but it had this ticking noise. And I knew
Chris would never do that.
And I was like, wait, Chris wouldn't like a ticking noise.
Chris
But I
is
didn't
like-
think about
yeah.
it. And then the next morning, I woke up, and the clock was on the sofa, and the batteries were out, like as Chris would do if there was a ticking noise in the room. And I go, Chris, why did you like assemble a clock and put it back in
And
one
take
night?
it apart.
Yeah, and take it apart. And he was like, I'm sorry. The ticking was annoying me. And I was like, why are you sorry? I didn't put it up there. And then he was like, I didn't put it up there. And we were the only two people that lived there. Literally the only two people in the
It
house.
was a scary ghost.
All right, yeah, like it was okay. Yeah, but how do you explain it?
Here's
It was at the right time. It was set to the right time.
Right, that is good. But then, whenever I hear these stories, I think, if you surpass death, why would you go
I
into
know.
a fucking Irish apartment,
Yeah.
put batteries in a clock, time it, and put it on the wall
Yeah,
just to
it
annoy
makes-
Chris?
look, I agree.
Why
It
would
makes-
you way better stuff in the afterlife?
I agree. It makes no sense, but that's something that happened.
Like
Maybe
even my story, it's like if I survive the afterlife, why would I rock a fucking chair back and forth
Yeah,
to scare
This is
somebody?
fucking funny.
yeah,
dude.
I would do it if it was.
If
If
you
you
were a
had,
ghost, you'd be bored out of your
Yeah.
mind.
Here's something that I can't explain. This is one of the most fucked up things that's ever happened to me, okay?
Yeah,
Close to when I first moved up to this area, right?
yeah.
Kind of next to the place we live in now, right? I moved into a brand new apartment, brand new in every respect. It was built brand new, and Jeff lived right next door, and he lived in a brand new apartment. It was just like newly constructed, right? When I first moved in there, I didn't have anything. I had my clothes, and I had an air mattress. And I'm in the bedroom. It's a one-bedroom apartment with a living room out front and a kitchen. It's essentially kind of a studio that has like a second.
But I get you. Yeah.
So I go into my bedroom, and this is kind of in my I'm fucking afraid of the dark phase, because I was still afraid of the dark. Well, now I don't care anymore because I'm a fucking alcoholic and my life is in shambles. But back
Yes,
then I actually
yes.
valued my life. So I leave my bedroom light on, and it's got a dimmer switch. So I put it like halfway down so the lights are kind of halfway dimmed, and I get into bed, and then the only thing, I'm serious, the only thing I remember is a girl opens my closet door, doesn't creep it open. She comes out of my closet door completely naked with this long black hair that comes down to her waist. Out of my closet, walks over to the foot of my bed, sits down on my bed, and then she turns around and looks at me. She doesn't have a face. Her face is blank. There's no eyes, no nose. It's just a blank canvas. And she's staring at me like this.
how could she be staring if she had no eyes?
Her head was
face is pointing
fixated.
at me, asshole. So she's clearly looking at me some way.
Her head is fixated in your direction.
And I'm not screaming,
blind.
I'm not upset. I'm like trying to understand what I'm looking at, because she's like, me and her are like locking faces, and I
Sort
don't
of.
really get what's going on. It's not terrifying at all.
It's puzzling.
And it's in the same exact room that I was at, the same ambience and all that, the lights and the bed and the everything. It was like
I think.
I don't even know who this person was. She came out and she looked at me and then left, and that was it.
Was your little heart pounding crazy like crazy?
I
Was-
waited for the sun to rise after that. I'm
'Cause-
fucking like 25 years old, 26 years old.
and you couldn't sleep,
And I was sitting there holding my blankets like, what the fuck just happened?
dude.
Because that happened. Granted, it didn't happen. It's not, you
It
know.
could have been sleep paralysis or lucid dreaming.
But, yeah, I mean, obviously in the real world, I would have stood up and screamed my shit my pants. But, like, so I was clearly dreaming, but it was like, but was I?
Yeah, because you wake up and you're the exact same setting.
The exact same setting, the exact same lights, the exact same everything. And again, like, I didn't put enough emphasis on this, but when she sat at the foot of my bed, when I woke up, I swore, because it was an air mattress.
Yeah.
Like I said, and then I felt just shit lifting like this. So I don't know if, like, my feet were in a weird position where I, like, deflated.
It's one of those things where it's like, is your brain trying to figure out what the sensation is first, or, you know what I mean? Because if I walk up and slap you in the chest, then you're going to dream that you get shot in the chest. Like, your brain's going to figure out a way.
Yeah, I mean, I know I said explain this, but I mean, there's clearly like a lot of explanation.
But still, it's spooky as
fuck. All this stuff
if that happened to me,
but it was like so coincidental and fucking.
If that happened to me, I probably couldn't sleep that night either.
I'll never forget that.
But like that kind of happened to me too, though. The exact same situation where you're in your bed and then you dream, and then I was in the same room though, and this isn't the one with the airplane either. This was a separate time when I was in my flat. And I was going through sleep paralysis, but this time I had already gone through sleep paralysis, so I was like, I know exactly what's happening. Just don't imagine anything scary. Just fucking don't. And then this fucking thing materialized at the end of my bed, and it was like this big, tall, black... It was like, it had a little tiny white...
Man.
No, it wasn't a big black man. It was this big black mass, right? And it had these 4 big, long things going into the floor, so I assumed like big, long arms and big, long legs, and it had this tiny little white face, right? And it was fucking scary, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Like a little doll mask.
Yeah, it was just terrifying.
It
Right? It just started leaning towards me, and I was like, "This is fucking. Oh my god!"
Can't you close your
But
eyes?
that's the thing. If you close your eyes, you're still dreaming. It doesn't make a difference. So you just gotta sit there and wait for it to wear off. But anyway,
But if you close your eyes, does it like make it a little bit different?
well, it could, but I didn't. Like, if you're gonna close your eyes, you could. If in my head, it's like if I close my eyes, I'm gonna see the fucking Exorcist girl in my dreams or something. So I was just like,
I'm so fucking neurotic and like paranoid that my brain would do something way worse. Like, it'd pick the worst parts of my brain.
That's what happened to me
That's
with the
what I'm
Exorcist girl.
saying. But right, and it started leaning towards me, and then it just fucking. Then I was able to sit up, and I was like, it's gone, cool. But yeah, and then afterwards, I like typed in what it was to Google, and it was so weird. Well, no, I told Sean what it was, and he told me that it was like the common symbol for God or something. I was like, that's fucking,
God rest his soul, Sean.
That was fucking weird.
I had a really scary dream a couple nights ago because it was super realistic.
Yeah, but what was it?
Oh, you know, so I've been like for back.
Yeah, you actually had to tell people after you say that.
Anyways, no, but I've been like watching for background noise like Cold War stuff and World War II stuff because it's good to listen to.
Yeah.
And I watched a movie called Threads. It's a British movie.
Yeah, the nuclear war one.
Yeah, it's a nuclear war movie. It's super.
I saw that, and it had a good score, right?
It's a really good movie. So is The Day After. It's basically the American version, quote unquote, but it's pretty different. But anyways, a couple of nights ago, I had a dream. We were going to Wendy's. Chris and I think you, Stamp, or somebody else, the third person, and. Because I've also been keeping up with the news.
Wait, let me stop you.
Yeah.
Wendy's is fucking good.
Wendy's is delicious.
Wendy's, did you ever have the Baconator, double Baconator?
Yes.
Oh my fucking lord,
They're very
trouble
good.
so high. That shit is the best.
Very good.
And also, chicken Asiago.
Yeah, that's good
That's
too.
also really
Oh,
good.
my lord.
I used to get the regular cheeseburger. It's pretty good.
They got those junior bacon cheeseburgers. Yes, sir.
As far as fast food goes,
The fries?
the fries
Can't
are
beat
like
'em.
McDonald's. They look like McDonald's fries, but they taste
They're
like
better.
fucking.
So
yeah.
This podcast brought to you by Wendy's.
It's not. It's not.
Eat burgers, you
Yeah,
ugly.
but anyway, the other day,
Fat shit.
I think I have mild schizophrenia
Can I
because.
finish the thing so nobody gets upset?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, it's just really short. It's not even that scary, but it is scary to me. Anyways, I know you're probably keeping up with world news, but I read a headline and it wasn't even bad, but it just played a part, like it all clicked together. Because in the movie Threads, the thing that starts nuclear war in Threads, it's like the Soviet Union invades Iran or something, and then we invade Iran. And what's happening in real life is NATO right now is in Ukraine and in the western side doing.
Oh my God, you're boring the shit out of
It's really short. It's really short. Basically, there's a country called Ukraine, and in the west there's
I
NATO.
know that.
And in the east, right now, Russia's there. And I had a dream they started shooting at each other. And we were on the way to Wendy's. And I heard this on the radio. And a huge fucking mushroom cloud came up. And I was like,
I have loads of
ah! And I turned around. And I came to the house. And I came here first to grab the water jugs. And I was like, in the fucking basement. And I woke up at like 6 a.m. And I was like, welp. And I stayed up for like 4 hours. And I couldn't sleep. It was the way it was played out was super realistic.
I have loads of nuclear war dreams.
Yeah,
It's really weird.
I've had a lot of nuclear.
Yeah, it's like you see a
I've
mushroom
never
cloud.
had a nuclear war.
Dude, it
You
is
see
the
mushroom
most...
cloud and it comes towards you and then you wake up.
No, it was like, here's what happened. It was like,
Terminator 2.
there was a massive nuclear mushroom cloud in the distance. I was like, holy fuck. And what happened way in the distance over there, I was like, holy fuck. And what happened really close to me, and I like got down to the car, and a poop came down my leg, and I woke up and there was poop over my leg.
Oh.